from the station that's on your side. This is News 12, NBC 26 at 11.
Military housing at Fort Gordon once again in the national spotlight. Meredith Anderson gives us the latest on today's hearing from Washington, D.C.
And chaos this afternoon in lower Manhattan after a parking deck collapses, killing one person and injuring 5 others.
But first, after more than a year of uncertainty, Augusta has a signed contract with
around 84. High pressure's on top of us, keeping us nice and dry, but we'll take a look at those weekend rain chances in just about 10 minutes.
Thanks, Riley. Fort Gordon once again in the national spotlight this evening as Senator John Ossoff called military families to Capitol Hill today to meet face-to-face with top Army leaders.
For more than a decade now, our I-Team has been exposing problems with housing on post, some so serious they've made families sick. Meredith Anderson was in that meeting today and spent the day talking with those families. She joins us tonight from D.C.
The sun has set on some powerful testimony here on Capitol Hill, where 3 Fort Gordon families didn't just share a room with top Army brass. They shared their stories.
Did that really happen to us, or was that just like a really bad nightmare?
Joy Vieira first shared this video when she sat down with the I-Team last summer. That's feces dripping from her ceiling, and more feces backed up in both of her tubs. After moving cross-country with her husband and 2 kids and 2 dogs, their home at Fort Gordon wasn't ready, so they were at a hotel for a month.
I feel like taking that video led us here today.
Here to Washington, D.C., where Senator John Ossoff invited Joy to share her sadness.
Which were also in stage.
Those tears aren't for the sewage spill or the mold that greeted them in home number 2. They're from a mom.
I can't put into words the fear that I felt, feeling like now I really can't protect my child.
Ashley Porras was also emotional during her testimony.
I found black and green mold in the drywall.
She has 4 kids under the age of 11, all affected by the mold in their Fort Gordon home.
Mom, I'm so tired. Mom, my head hurts. Mom, I got a bloody nose at school. The nurse had to help me clean up. Can we go to sleep now?
Erin Greer and her husband have also been sick.
Chronic fatigue, body aches, nosebleeds, memory loss, just a few to list.
There are indications that the Army is taking this seriously.
But perhaps Balfour Beatty, the company at the center of all of this, is not. Senator Ossoff invited them to be here today, but no one showed up. The empty chairs serving as powerful reminders of empty promises to be more transparent. Also a concern? A reported call to one of these families on the eve of this hearing, questioning what they might say.
Service members and their families must be able to speak up without fear of retaliation.
Meanwhile, we learned construction is set to begin on 76 brand new homes at Fort Gordon this summer. How do we make sure that we're not here a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, talking about these same problems in this new construction?
I'm worried about this. On the one hand, we need new homes on post. You know, we got 50-year-old homes with a lot of problems, and part of the solution here is new construction. On the other hand, the Army needs to define with more clarity and specificity how they are going to manage this construction project.
And Senator Ossoff says he will follow up with the Army and continue to hold them accountable. The good news here today, each of the families who shared their story say they're leaving D.C. with a renewed hope that things will get better, that things will change. They say even if it's too late for them, too late for their families, they feel good about speaking up. They say, yeah, it may not help them, but maybe it can save another family from going through their nightmare. Reporting from our nation's capital, Meredith Anderson, on your side.
Thanks for that, Meredith. We have so much more of today's coverage available, including Meredith's full interview with Senator Ossoff and the families. You can watch those online on our news app or our YouTube channel. New details about the shooting at Isle of Palms that injured 5 people, including 4 teens. A 17-year-old's been arrested who was seen driving a stolen car. He matched the description of one of the suspects. The suspect told police he paid his friend to borrow the car for senior skip day. And even though police did not find any weapons in the car, they found a photo of him holding a rifle the same day as the shooting.
Human trafficking is a problem here in Augusta and all across Georgia. The organization CareSource hosting an event with the state's First Lady, Marty Kemp, who also serves on the Grace Commission to tackle the crime. The First Lady led a discussion with top advocates, law enforcement, and healthcare agencies on what can be done to stop human trafficking across Georgia. Just last week, the governor signed a law requiring businesses to post info sheets that would help any potential trafficking victims. Supporters say the steps are much needed, especially in Atlanta.
We have, the world's busiest airport where this opens up opportunity for trafficking, especially of children and young adults.
And Richmond County has information sheets for possible human trafficking victims in restaurants, gas stations, as well as some public restrooms.
He's been a fixture on Sunday morning television on this station for years. Dr. Charles Stanley, pastor and founder of In Touch Ministries, has died at the age of 90. He served as the senior pastor of First Baptist in Atlanta for more than 50 years. Dr. Stanley's family says he passed away peacefully at home this morning. Governor Kemp released a statement that Dr. Stanley's ministry reached countless of souls all around the world.
No doubt about that. The Westside High School boys basketball team stepping into the spotlight again tonight. During tonight's school board meeting, they recognized the team for winning the state championship 2A for the second year in a row last month. Here's another look at that victory. Again, congratulations to the Patriots of Westside.
An update on the plan for the Somerville neighborhood to